Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com. Today we're going to break down the all-new TechSpec Gripster tank grip extension kit for the Ninja 400. This is going to fit years 18 through current. Okay, the retail on this all-new 5-piece tank extension grip pad kit from our friends at TechSpec is $174.95. It includes the tank extender as well as the traction pads for both sides that are split into 2 individual pieces, which make the install much easier. It's very easy to get this installed without having any bubbles underneath it when they split it into 2 pieces like that. This is the XL2 material. The stuff is really thin. It offers a tremendous amount of grip. We've been using those pads without the extender on the race bike for the past couple of seasons. Max loves this stuff. This has been tested on our other bike for pretty much the entire Moto America season. Max has been racing with it. You guys have seen he's done really well. He really likes this product. When we first mocked it up, he was excited to give it a shot. Immediately said when he went out, he could tell the difference, that it required less effort to hold onto the bike. He was able to pull some weight off of his hands, especially into the braking zones, right up to the apex, that just simply make the bike easier to control. And that is the whole purpose of this product line, or traction pads on the side of your tank in general. It's so that you're able to use less effort to hold onto the motorcycle, and especially getting that weight off your hands, which really increases the amount of control that you're gonna have, right? It makes it so much easier to feel the brake lever and or the throttle when you're not actively putting all that weight or strength into the bars of the bike. So tested by it's fair to say, one of the best Ninja 400 racers at this point in the country. He gives it a thumbs up. Max is confident this is gonna make your riding better, just like it did his riding better on his Ninja 400. Okay, step 1. Let's go ahead and get the Gripster tank extension, and let's get it up against our tank and lined up. What you want to do is you want to kind of come in from the back side and slide it up into position. Hold it in a spot where you don't see any significant gaps on either side. Once you've got it there, let's grab a piece of electrical tape. I cut these maybe 2 inches long, and what we want to do is we just want to identify the location for the ear on the top, right where that stops. And this is going to make installing this, once we have the adhesive on it, much easier. Go ahead and double check that real quick. That looks good on both sides. Now we're going to take the shoe goo, yes, I said shoe goo, that is included with this kit, and we're going to put 5 dots on the back side of this tank extender. Centrally located, let's get this one to be about the size of a quarter. Let's come up just above that. Same thing there. Up just above that. Once again, about the size of a quarter. See how much I've got there. Now come out to the ear. And right about in this spot here, keep that one a little bit smaller. Onto the other ear. These are going to be closer to, like, let's say, maybe a nickel in size, and that is more than enough. It's important to remember what we're doing here. This is probably not something you're going to do on your show street bike where you want this absolutely perfect. This is to make the race bike easier for the racer to hold on to. Your end result, while it's going to look good, it's going to deviate probably just a little bit from factory. So now let's come in the back side of this. We already know where the top is going to end. Kind of drop that in both ears. go ahead and get this lined up. And you have to put a little pressure against it to get the shoe goo to kind of disperse underneath the tank extender. You may find that a little bit of it kind of finds its way out. Just go ahead and take your finger, just kind of tool that like so. Okay, next step, and this is really important. This shoe goo is not going to be capable of really supporting this until it's cured. That is going to be somewhere between 24 and 36 hours at roughly 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go ahead and cut a couple pieces of electrical tape. We're going to use this to hold this in position before we push down on the sides. And you can see this thing starts to move pretty much right away. So let's get that locked in again. That feels good right there. While holding that, go ahead and work the electrical tape, and then we're going to do 2 more pieces coming over the top of the ears. And you want to make these long enough so that you have plenty of support. When we come back, this will have sat for at least 24 hours. We will then go ahead and install the tank pad sides. Okay, we're back. This is dry. So we can go ahead and remove the electrical tape that we had in place, holding it. We've already used this kit. They sent us a prototype early on that we used on another tank. It's actually on Max's B-bike right now. And shoe goo held great. It's been on there for the whole Moto America season, and I think he's ridden it at least 1 practice day, maybe 2 as well. He really likes it a lot. Felt it made a great difference in the bike, just reduces the amount of effort you have to put into holding on, man. Now we have the tank grip pads. This is sold as a complete kit. So what we want to do here is we want to get this part mocked up. Okay, and that kind of slots right in about there. Lower piece is about there. So you can install either one. What you want to do, and this is, remember the surface has already been prepped, you want to peel away some of the adhesive backing, but not all of it. So we're going to start down here on the bottom. And one nice thing with this product is you're able to, if you get it wrong the first time, you can pull it back off, reinstall it. Now I'm just peeling away just part of the little pieces of the backing at a time. This material is really thin. super grippy. Max loves riding with this stuff. We're just going to peel away a portion of the backing, just like we did on the other one. The idea is just not to have any air bubbles underneath. Like so. Now we can move on to the other side. We're over on the brake side of the bike now, same thing. Just kind of get a sense for where that's going to go. You know, and you want to try and keep it as even as you can from side to side. Looks pretty good. There was another kit, another tank extender that we saw probably a couple years ago now on the market for the 400. It was just a lot larger than this, and we never mounted it, but somebody had given us one, and you know, we kind of mocked it up against the tank, and Max sat on the bike, and he just really, he wasn't really into the shape of it, so we never tried it. And then when our guys at TechSpec sent this out to try, you know, he was at first slightly apprehensive, and then when he saw that, you know, it was a lot smaller, he was way more open to it, and he liked it from the first ride. And then we got ourselves into a situation where he had to ride the other bike that did not have it on the tank, and it gave him a baseline for comparison, and right away he's like, dude, I definitely prefer the feel of the extender on the tank. He said he really felt he was able to take even more weight off of his hands while braking and cornering, which was good. Okay. This material is really nice to work with. Been selling TechSpec for a long time. Great experience with their products. And obviously, before you ride, you want to give this time to cure. You know, you want to let it sit for, you know, this piece should probably sit for at least 36 hours. This 24 hours, whatever, you're good 100%. The two together really work to help lock the rider in with less effort. You know, you don't have to hang on as hard. You don't have to put as much weight forward on the bars. Makes the bike easier to ride, and you can get to do more of the things you want it to do. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments section of this video. I answer all that stuff myself. I'm always here to make sure you get the same result from your project we did ours.